Back in the early 2000s, life was simple. I worked full-time, my wife stayed home part-time, and our two little kids, 4 and 6, were my whole world. Every night was the same gentle rhythm. Dinner, bedtime stories, soft giggles echoing through the hallway. It wasn't glamorous, but it was home. Or so I thought. Then the stories started. Our kids began talking about Grandma and Grandpa's house, about how they'd gone there again during the day. At first, it sounded harmless, until it became too frequent. "Another trip out there today?" I'd ask. She'd smile, that strained, too quick smile, and say, "Yeah, Mom needed help with errands." Only, she'd always been a terrible liar. One night, I sat down at the computer, and there it was. A yellow sticky note, with her AOL password. It was like fate handed me the truth. I shouldn't have looked. But I did. A few clicks later, her inbox opened like a wound, and there it was. Messages to her college best friend. In one email, she wrote, "Been seeing my ex from high school again. It's wild. His wife totally let herself go after kids." My stomach dropped. My hands shook. She wasn't just cheating. She was mocking another woman while doing it. I printed every message, every cruel word, and hid them away. Because if I was going to confront this, I'd need proof. From that day, every routine felt fake. Every "I love you" was static in my ears. I tracked her mileage, 400 extra miles a week, 400 miles of betrayal. She'd kiss me goodbye, drive off with the kids, and I'd watch, knowing she wasn't going where she said she was. Sleep stopped visiting. Food lost its taste. And every night I'd lie awake wondering, why wasn't I enough? But I knew one thing. Rage only burns the innocent. So I decided, no yelling, no chaos, just truth and justice. I reached out to a friend, a cop, told him I suspected something. He didn't hesitate. "Call this guy," he said. "Used to be one of us." Private investigator. Ron. That was his name. He took one look at my notes and said calmly, "Give me a week." When he came back, he didn't need to speak, just slid an envelope across the table. Inside, photos, time-stamped, crystal clear. Her car, a motel, her with another man, laughing. And later, leaving, hair messy, eyes bright. That's when the switch flipped. I wasn't the victim anymore. I hired a lawyer the next morning, calm, focused, strategic. Then I called Ron again. "One more favor," I said. "Find out who he is." A few days later, another envelope. His name was Bob. Married, 3 kids, vice president at his father-in-law's company. That last part made me smile. So I had the lawyer prepare the papers, and Ron, he'd deliver not one, but 2 envelopes. One to my wife. One to Bob's wife. Thursday, gray sky, quiet morning. I watched the clock hit noon. Then, buzz, a text from Ron. Delivered. At her office, she was served mid-shift. Coworkers said she went pale, dropped everything, and ran out crying. Across town, Bob's wife met Ron at a coffee shop. He said she looked calm, but when she saw the photos, her lips trembled, and she whispered, "I knew it." I didn't tell her what to do. The truth speaks for itself. My divorce was clean. No screaming, no chaos, just done. I talked to her only about the kids, and when they grew up, even that faded. She became a name on my phone, Mom, nothing more. Bob wasn't so lucky. His wife emptied the accounts, took the kids, and moved home to her parents. Her father, Bob's boss, fired him. The house belonged to her family. He was out on the street within a week. Later, court records showed the rest. Divorce, restraining orders, a broken nose after a fight with her brother, jail time. He disappeared after that. No social media, no trace. His ex-wife rebuilt her life, took over her father's company. Karma. Complete. Revenge doesn't always need rage. Sometimes it just needs truth, timing, and patience. I never yelled, never humiliated her. I simply set the truth free and let it burn the lies for me. The day I signed the papers, I felt peace. Not joy, not sadness, just silence. The kind that comes after a storm passes. Because she didn't just lose a husband that day. She lost her mask and every lie that came with it. People ask if I ever forgave her. Maybe I did, in my own way. I don't hate her. I just stopped letting her exist in the part of my world that matters. Revenge didn't fix my past, but it protected my future. And sometimes, that's enough.